Welcome in to the Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us as we react to the latest selection from the Baltimore Ravens at 124 overall. Baltimore selects Ole Miss edge rusher Tavius Robinson with the pick. He is Canadian, from Ontario to be exact, weighing in at 257, 6'6". According to our own Tom Downey, he is the 32nd ranked edge in this class, the 233rd overall player. So quite the reach for a fourth-round pick to go all the way down to 233 for this pick from Baltimore. And our own Tom Downey graded him as a sixth-round selection. And we see him go all the way in the fourth here. He's 24 years old, and he started his college career actually right there in Ontario. Only left Canadian youth sports school due to the pandemic and had some offers after creating a highlight tape. Was just going to play in the CFL like his dad. That was his original plan, but now he's off to the National Football League. There's pass rush traits here, but a 24-year-old developmental project doesn't necessarily appeal to me that much, but I guess it appeals to the Baltimore Ravens here. The stats on Robinson: 44 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, did have 7 sacks this past season as well, with the numbers that he was able to put together. More from The Athletic on their scouting report. We'll bring that to you in just a moment of what they had to say in regards to Robinson here. Robinson is currently incomplete as a pass rusher and underpowered versus the run, but his game is trending in the right direction, and NFL coaching should continue to unlock his skills. He projects as a rotational defensive end. We'll tell you more about Robinson here in just a moment. Before we do, grade the pick. What do you think about this one? This one was kind of off the wall, a little bizarre for the Ravens to be reaching for a sixth-round type player in the fourth. What do you think of what the Ravens did with this pick? Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know in the comments section what you think of this pick by the Ravens. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in and let us know a little bit further what you think of this pick from Baltimore to go with Robinson here in this fourth-round pick at 124. Graded for me, A, B, C, D, or F, and we'll tell you more about him coming up in just a bit. So Robinson picked at 124. Here's kind of the players that were picked around him. Ventrell Miller, the linebacker from Florida, goes at 121. John Gaines II, the offensive guard from UCLA, goes to the Cardinals at 122. Cameron Young to Seattle, the defensive lineman from Mississippi State, at 123. Davis, the wide receiver from TCU, goes to the Chargers at 125. Isaiah McGuire, the edge rusher from Mizzou, goes to the Browns at 126. Jake Haener, the quarterback from Fresno State, goes to the Saints at 127. And then, yes, you heard it right, Stetson Bennett to the LA Rams at 128 in the fourth round. Nobody saw that coming. There was talk about a potential reunion between Bennett and Todd Monken in Baltimore. That will not be happening as he heads to Los Angeles to back up fellow Georgia Bulldog Matthew Stafford with the LA Rams under Sean McVay there at 128. So we'll tell you more about Robinson and the pick by the Ravens here at 124. But first, got to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We have been covering the Ravens draft all weekend long on Thursday and Friday. Continue to do so today with breakdowns of every pick all weekend. And then tomorrow we'll have the undrafted free agents and tell you who those are that the Ravens pick up. Don't miss a moment of it. We have you covered here on the channel each and every day with exclusive content you're not going to find anywhere else talking about your Baltimore Ravens. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications. We are your Baltimore Ravens draft headquarters, and after the draft concludes, we will get you ready for training camp, the preseason, and more right here on Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. Subscribe for free today, and you'll be glad you did. So here's the offseason profile for the Ravens of what they've done so far to this point. Picked up a wide receiver in Zay Flowers with their first selection of the draft in the first round there. Then they went with Trenton Simpson at linebacker in the third round. Still have some needs to address here with just 2 picks to go at this point at 157 and 199. And if they stay where they are, if they don't trade back into the draft, they're not going to necessarily take care of all their needs. That they'll find things missing at defensive tackle, offensive guard, and corner with 2 picks to go and 3 big needs to address still at this point. Now, I'll say this, it's worth noting, with the Lamar Jackson deal, that salary is going to be able to convert some money to be available that was not going to be available otherwise with the $32 million that would have counted against the cap with the franchise tag. The Ravens are moving some of that money from the new contract to the future to count against the cap. So they do have some flexibility maybe for some trades or free agency signings still at this point. More on Robinson. 5 forced fumbles. That's a big deal, right? That's really good. You talk about speed at 4.66, big, can bend some, not too many missed tackles, some pass rush traits worth developing, even at age 24 still. Hand usage remains undeveloped and instincts are still lacking at this point. The agility there, a 7.4 three-cone drill. Battled through a right knee injury in 2021, including missing 2 games and required a cleanup procedure in the offseason. And hand usage remains undeveloped, as we mentioned, with those instincts still lacking. So that's kind of the backstory there on Robinson, who the Ravens are getting. A project of sorts that they have on their hands here with this 4th-round pick. A bit of a reach. A guy that we graded as being a 6th-round guy, Baltimore goes with here at a 124. I'm not a huge fan of this pick, but let's see if Robinson can prove the rest of us wrong here and show why he was picked in the 4th round by Baltimore. The Ravens back on the clock at 1:57, as we mentioned. Here's the best available at the time of this recording right now. Antonio Johnson, the safety from Texas A&M, is out there. Ravens still looking for a corner, and there's a couple of good ones still out there, including Darius Rush from South Carolina, Corey Trice, the junior from Purdue, also Trey Tomlinson, formerly known as Trey Tomlinson Hodges. He dropped the Hodges part of his name, and it's just now Trey Tomlinson from TCU. He's available on the board as well. So we'll see what the Ravens do with their remaining picks, and if they make some trades, add some more picks into the draft. So to recap, Zay Flowers in round 1, more receiver help for Lamar in addition to OBJ and Nelson Agholor. Trenton Simpson, one of the best pure inside linebackers in this draft. The Ravens got some good value for him in the 3rd, and then a bit of a reach here with Robinson, the edge rusher out of Ole Miss, who was great in the 6th round, getting him in the 4th. Subscribe to the channel. We'll have you covered all weekend long. Don't miss a moment as we talk about your Baltimore Ravens throughout the draft. Got more grades to get to later this evening. Stay tuned. We got you covered. We'll see you later on here on the Ravens Rundown.